Hello, everybody. I am Cutieroo SR. I am filling in tonight for Nukes. I know Nukes is normally the showrunner host for No Category Left Behind. She unfortunately couldn't be here, but we are going to just go ahead with me tonight. So I am the temporary host. Yay. She will be back next time. We do have on call. Well, we do have a few things, but we're going to be running the Kirby Adventures Any Percent No Abilities on No Category Left Behind. We have Air Angel on the call. You want to say hi, Air Angel?
Hey, how's it going?
So I'm looking forward to this. I'm a huge fan of Kirby. I don't make that a secret, but also I'm a huge fan of Air Angel too. So whenever you're ready, Air Angel, we could take it. If you could do a beautiful countdown for us. Well, for me. Just kidding.
for everybody.
For everybody.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, we're going to be playing Kirby's Adventure. I am playing on a Famicom cart. It's super cute. If you haven't seen the box art, you should look at it. I find the Famicom carts are a lot cuter than the NES carts. But anyways, we're going to get started. I'll talk more about the category as we play. But in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Kirby's Adventure. This is the second game in the Kirby series. The first being Kirby's Dream Land that came out the year prior. So Kirby's as I talk and I'm like trying to do this stuff, go figure. But in Kirby's Adventure, it is the first game where Kirby actually has abilities. So usually the traditional Kirby that we know and love today. But I will not be using those abilities, which I'm sort of chuckling because I'm like, yeah, you can use them now. And also, I'm not going to use them. I also laugh because I am very terrible at Kirby games while using the abilities. I don't know why. I've been playing Kirby games for like 30, no, not 30 years. I would say like 28 years now. And I'm so bad at using the abilities that like I am worse at the game while using them, any Kirby game whatsoever. So when I run any Kirby category, I tend to go the no abilities route or no glitches. I love glitches in games and I love watching them, but I'm not very good at them. So I tend to avoid those categories. But particularly with the Kirby's Adventure regular any percent, or a lot of the more modern Kirby's, it requires that you time it in a certain way so you can get 2 enemies at once and do sort of a you get sort of like the mixed bag of abilities, and then you can choose, I think Tornado is a very popular one, or like the roller and stuff like that. But so with that right there that I just sort of glossed over since I was on my tangent on me not using abilities with a game. If you inhale 2 enemies at once, it deals a higher damage than just a single one. So we use a lot of tricks to use that to our advantage later on. And if you see me reaching over to the side and touching my console, if you get low enough health and you don't want to die or game over, you can reset the game. After you finish the level and after it goes dark, you could reset the game real quick and it'll give you all your lives and all your health back. So if anyone wants to play this game and you're new to it and you keep dying or you don't want to play with save states, etc., that is a good thing to try out if that's something for you. So I tend to do that later on in the game. I am what you call a tank gamer, and that I tend to just run into everything and not regard my own safety or my lives at all. That is very common with me with any game, not just this one. So that is a very popular strategy with me. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about Kirby, I will be putting a little bit of lore here and there. Because everyone loves spicy lore, right? So,
and from my understanding, the lore is very fun to decipher. And I say fun with a there's more context behind that fun. From my understanding, it can get pretty dark too.
Yeah, but like the thing with Kirby is like a lot of people just take Kirby as face value when it's just like Kirby is just so much more. Like Kirby may be a cute little pink blob, but Kirby's also a little demon. Like, a good one though. Obviously, we love Kirby. They're awesome. But you know, they can get into some trouble. But yeah, so this came out in 1993 from HAL Laboratories, as per tradition with all the other Kirbys. So originally, Kirby was marketed as just an entity, like a they, them, it, no pronouns, no nothing, because that's what a demon, I guess, is. It doesn't, they're not really assigned pronouns or a gender or anything, until they came to the United States and like the PAL release and stuff that they decided to assign Kirby pronouns. I might die in this now. Oh no, so I'm gonna interrupt with my lore with some lag. So the biggest thing with this particular game in general is the lag. I believe Kirby's Adventure really did push the bounds of the NES/Famicom. In that it could do so much more than the other games that it sort of like creates the lag effect. But yeah, I'm gonna do like a reset there just because I was at one life there. But I probably didn't have to do it. But anyway, so this is the first major boss. There's 41 levels and 7 worlds. So this is the end of the first world. You'll probably see Wispy all the time. Wispy is everywhere. You just have to throw apples at it. I always feel bad about throwing apples at a tree.
Aww.
I know that's so weird, but like...
I mean, it's a good point.
Oh, I got bonked. I tried to do that fast enough. So you can... There is RNG manipulation, but I'm not doing it here. Just because it wouldn't have factored in too much with this. But yeah, so that's the first world. The first parts of the game are pretty straightforward. When we get to the later levels, routing becomes a little bit more difficult because you have to find which doors you need to go through. But yeah, we could probably go back to the lore after I demolish this coconut. Never mind, the coconut will demolish me, that's fine. But yeah, so Kirby lives on planet Popstar in the country of Dreamland, which is kind of cool. Like, okay, everyone in chat, tell me what would be on your flag for the country of Dreamland. Like, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably just have a bunch of rainbows on it, to be honest.
Ooh, I like the rainbows. Can we have an apple that's rainbow? Because we feel like bad about apples.
We're not sponsored by Apple products.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Because that's like their entire marketing.
Yeah, just kidding. Bad idea.
But the apples will be red. They won't be the outline of apples. It'll just be like a lot of rainbows and just red apples.
Yes, we could put an apple in a tree or something like that. So like they're holding hands rather than being used to.
We're trying to start a cider company. We're not trying to start a technological like world right now.
Yeah.
So anyways, Kirby is a distiller. Anyways, so right now Kirby is traveling across Dreamland to repair the Star Rod after King Dedede breaks it apart and gives it to his minions, and we're like, what the heck? Like, I thought we were BFFs, but we're not, and we're trying to get that back. Alright, I could do the cool trick, but that's okay. So there you can slide and get 2 enemies at once, which would knock this higher enemy out, but... Any boss fight as I forget to jump. But yeah, lots happening. Yes. Also, so you can go down and obviously if you tap right or left twice, you can run. But you could also even go even faster when you go down hills or mountains. If you're going down a hill, just make sure you're sprinting, I guess. Makes sense. But yeah. Spoiler alert coming up. There is in fact a vampire in this. that just randomly shows up. It's called Nightmare, and I'll talk about them later on, but when I first played this, I just knew like the standard Kirby entities like DDD and like Wispy and like all of like the main bosses here. And then when I played this, I want to say the first time I played it, I was like 7 or 8. I was just like, why is a vampire here? Like, what do you have any place in this whatsoever?
I mean, having vampires are cool, but yeah, I'm with you.
You'll see at the end. It's sort of a vampire tornado thing. It's not the European like dramatized vampire that we know and love. It is something else. We'll get to it. Okay, so we have like these mini like I don't know, sort of Meta Knight minion boss fight things that are pretty easy to not get hit by. I say as I'm about to get hit. Like that. Oh my gosh. And also, you turn into like a giant blob that is on fire. Fun fact, if you get struck by lightning. So, which is also a mood, I guess. So don't get struck by lightning like that again. Alright, that's fine. I was like losing life anyways, but I'm pretty sure I was just laughing at myself more than anything. Because the graphics to this are obviously great. So if you are into retro games and you haven't played this, I would be a little surprised. But if you want to get into a retro Kirby, this one is a lot of fun. Kirby's Dream Land is also fun to get into, just because it's super short. So if you are one of those types that don't like super long games, I don't think Kirby's Adventure is incredibly long. The speedrun in its in general, but if you just want to spend like a couple minutes instead of like an hour or 2 hours, Kirby's Dream Land's a lot of fun to start. But yeah, I always get sort of taken back by these graphics because it is like the 90s era graphics, so they are obviously incredibly pixelated, but like they're really well done to the point where I'm still laughing into 2022 about getting blown up by like a lightning trident. You know what I mean? So whoever designed that did a great job. Obviously, I don't like the lag that comes with being struck by lightning. Nobody does, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, I forgot, like, it's been a long time since I played, like, the early Kirby games. I know, like, the most recent one I played was, like, oh, I don't know. It was, like, on the newer consoles, like, the Canvas course or something like that. But I also wanted to play Forgotten Land. But I know for, like, when it comes to the old school games, I would say, like, the abilities and, like, I know there was like the UFO ones. There's like a whole bunch of them that I can't remember. Gosh. But I know they cause like lags for sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, a lot of the abilities have their own issues in themselves. But also, if you haven't played Forgotten Land, it is very good. As someone that is a primarily retro runner, I actually enjoyed it. A lot of people would be like, oh, it's not like the standard Kirby, but like sometimes that's a good thing. And they bring sort of a retro-ness to it as well. I'm not gonna spoil anyone. They're kind of a new game, but I definitely recommend it if y'all are trying to get back into the Kirby. And I think they do like, I think on the Wii or something like that, there's like a Return to Dreamland game that's supposed to be really good. I haven't played that one yet, but it's super intriguing to me because it's like updated graphics and like obviously probably a lot less lag, which is nice. In terms of like lag being present, it's mainly when there's more than I think like 4 sprites on the screen or something like that, which happens a lot. Again, I do think this game pushed the bounds of the NES Famicom era, so like I really have no shade against them because it's a very powerful game for a console that was like moving to the next generation. Like, I'm pretty sure SNES came out very shortly after this. So I always think about how it would have been different if they waited to release it on the SNES. But also at the same time, I don't know. It's I don't know. I wouldn't change anything about it, but
Yeah,
I do think it would be pretty silly. I do think it would be pretty silly. I'm not sure if they were already in development with the SNES game at that point, but oh, also for health pickups, we have tomatoes and sort of like this soda bottle, water bottle looking medicine bottle.
I don't.
If anyone hasn't, if anyone hasn't picked up a tomato today, like support your local farmers.
Yes.
Pick up a tomato.
Tomatoes are good for you.
I mean, sure.
Don't we get a full health if we get a tomato, right? In this version?
Yeah, so you get a full like health refill, and then the 1-up literally says a 1-up on it, like, which I always thought was really funny. Like, they didn't want to. I wouldn't say they didn't want to come up with something, but you know what I mean. It's just like, so you're literally just gonna call it. That's it. It's just gonna be like a 1-up there. Yes. Okay. Well, no one's gonna be like, oh, is this a tomato or is this an extra life? I don't know. I always find those design choices, like the ones that are very matter of fact, are maybe a matter of fact for a reason, but just someone had to decide that, and like a boardroom of people probably were like, yeah, that was a good idea. Not saying that that was like a terrible idea, but like out of all of the things you could have created, you went with a 1-up, right? Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like that's just really weird to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that I would always like when I'm playing a video game. I always find myself like, it depends on what is in the video game, of course, but I always think of these thoughts of like, if I was in a boardroom and I had these ideas and I had to say this idea out loud, you know what I mean? Like, a part of me loves it.
Like, multiple people had to agree to this.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Like, a lot of people don't realize how much love and attention goes into video games. Like, I am very fortunate to know a lot of even retro developers that develop NES games on like new software and stuff. And it's just like, there's so, especially for like AAA games or like big titles, like multiple people had to approve this. Like someone was like, hey, this is a good idea. And everyone's like, sure. And it turns out to be the giant, like the biggest meme on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just like, they knew what they were doing. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's why it's their job and not mine to make video games. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to stay in renewable energy software.
Yeah, a part of me has always been like, I do want to say this idea out loud and then have everybody be like yes or no behind it. It's actually kind of funny in that regards. But yeah, part of me is like, I know there's way more. So definitely have to agree to that. Sometimes it's just best to stay where I'm working at too. So yeah.
No. And I'd like to take a moment to just be like, hey, if you're in a creative space, like, you know what? Like, even in any sorts of technology, like, you know what? If people won't listen to your ideas, even if they're super silly, like, I don't know, you're gonna have a missed opportunity there.
Exactly.
Because it could be great. I'm looking at you, Jack Black, who is an amazing artist in person. But like some of his ideas are just so so out. Yeah. And then they're like multi-million billion-dollar hits. So you're like, look, the man's is a genius.
Yes.
You don't even have to be a genius. You just have to love what you do. So like if you love what you do, like heck it, just go for it.
Yep.
Who cares?
I agree. Cause like so Tenacious D, they even had a movie. Like, come on, what band has a whole movie off of like? I mean, I'm not saying it's non-existent, but
no, I'm pretty sure it was a joke.
Yep.
That turned into like reality.
Yep.
So So this Kirby stream, everybody, has turned into a motivational festival for you to chase your dreams. Become like Kirby and Jack Black and chase your dreams.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that moment, but I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, we're just sending good messages about chase your dreams.
We're just good vibes. Yeah, chase your dreams.
Chase your dreams.
As I get destroyed by a bug, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, this is a good positive message to send because, in all honesty, like, it's actually, I love being creative. I think being creative is very important in this world. Like, the more creative you get,
for sure.
the more, you know, like, there's things out there that somebody may have thought already or haven't thought already or, you know, different things like that. But it never hurts to put yourself out there.
100%.
Okay, so
Also,
I did. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, don't reset your game early until the screen goes black, or else you have to do.
Oh no!
Sorry.
No worries.
I almost did it.
Ooh,
That's itchy thing. Anyways,
that's a good tip. So I did have a question. What got you into the speedrun in general? Like this category as well, out of all the categories out there?
Okay, so I started my retro speedrunning career, quote unquote, with Hello Kitty's Flower Shop on the NES, which is objectively not a good game. Sorry, I'm like laughing really hard because I love that game so much, but it is ridiculous. Literally, it's Hello Kitty like watering flowers and trying not to be killed by snails or beach balls. Like, it's a very like straightforward objective, but it was like a joke at first. And then one of my friends actually gave me a retro console, which was cool, and hooked me up with all the NES stuff. And then I sort of got into NES games more. I didn't have an NES console growing up. I grew up with the Nintendo 64. Hello, 90s kids. But I played a lot of NES and SNES games at my neighbor's house. Primarily Kirby games and like Mario games, obviously on those consoles. But I just remember playing this game when I was like, 6 or 7, and I was just like, oh, this is so silly. And like all of my friends would use all the abilities like, you know, like any person would with a modern Kirby game. And I was so bad at it. Like, I could barely finish the game. Like, I would always like end up watching my friends play this and not actually playing it myself for the longest time until I was an adult. And then, looking into speedrunning, I realized there's different categories. Like, obviously, 20%, there's 100%, but then there's like the random categories that either no one's never heard about or they just haven't, you know, been to the leaderboards and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I found out that they had a no abilities category for this, and I was like, yes, it's my time to shine. The only way I could play a Kirby game is without trying to use the powers. So that I just kind of went for it. It's kind of funny because I actually never thought about that until like somewhat recently. So a lot of people actually know me because of Kirby's Adventure. I played this, I think Frost Fatales 2020, which seems like forever ago because it was forever ago. But it's just kind of funny because like full circle here. If anyone doesn't know, Frame a little plug in here. Frame Fatales is our all women speedrun community. For Games Done Quick runs it. So shout out to Flygon and all of the event leads. And Rue is also a really avid member, so hello.
Hello. I also may have kind of plugged in the Flame Fatales, just saying. Oh
yeah, Flame Fatale submissions like just ended. So thank you everyone that submitted. I am not a part of any of that process other than picking social media. So I guess I should have said that too. Hello. I am part of the social media group for GDQ. I work the main events and the Frame Fatales event. And Frame Fatales has a special place in my heart. Empower women everywhere, but especially in gaming communities because women are awesome.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I am definitely. That's why I love being a part of the community for anyone that's interested. there's definitely, I'll put the link in, and so that everyone can kind of get more of an idea. But yeah, I definitely would have to say that definitely check out Frame Patels. There's a lot of good coming out with this group, and it's like a great community too. It's amazing.
Yeah, we do stuff like year round. Like we do Game of the Month stuff. So like if you don't know what to play and you want to talk with random people about random games, like we're all over the world at this point. So we're there, and we pick random games to play every month.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and very welcoming community. So anyone interested, always check them out. And yeah, they're very ask questions. If you want to be a part of the Discord, ask. Like, there's definitely ways to get involved. I just wanted to just say shout out to FF. Sorry, I do love them.
Yeah, I didn't mean to plug them here, but like it just sort of happened because that was the last time I showed this game off. Not only GDQ, I only played this on my channel a couple times when I was derusting it, so really I've only played this game on the GDQ channel. So it has a special place in my heart. But yeah, it's super great. And if you would want to become a part of the community, just message the Frame Fatales Twitter account, and we'll hook you up with a Discord invite. Our women and stuff. Anyway, sorry, I say that but quickly because so this boss is kind of a bully. So far, it's actually going pretty well. Wow. Okay, so that actually went fairly spectacularly. So the sun and moon could be bullies, as per tradition with real life, I guess. But
nicely done.
Yeah. So they can corner you and like throw boomerangs in your face. It's it's like a mess. It was actually did it.
I like the huzzah.
Look, huzzahs are everywhere because sometimes you don't know what to say, and so like I'm pretty sure I started saying that when I was on Ray's show back when I first started speedrunning back in 2018 or 2019. I think the first time I said huzzah was on Community Spotlight, and I've just been saying it ever since of just something I say, so
huzzah.
Yeah, it's just there.
I love it. I think I say it, but I don't know. I think I just randomly say it. I don't think not in celebration. I think I just do it when I'm like, kind of like yata. There you go. I say yata more than huzzah, I think, but that's the same idea. Yata!
Yeah. Well, I say, I don't know, like I say it in both instances. Sometimes I say huzzah ironically. Huzzah can be used in any way, shape, gamers. You can take a word and use it however you want. I think I use huzzah and Yahtzee as more of like a filler for like instead of saying yay, I'll just say like Yahtzee. Like I don't know.
So I'm a little bit biased because I love Yahtzee when I was growing up. So I do like
totally.
Yahtzee.
It's just so random. But it's just like when you think about words that you're trying to like fill in during speedruns, I'm pretty sure huzzah is at least in my top 3. Maybe I'll say the other ones. I'm not going to spoil it for you, because if I say it, you'll know.
Keep it a mystery.
Yeah, so this section is like Lag City Central TM, because there are enemies everywhere. And it's sort of strange because they're sort of in the same room, but not the same frame. So like when you're first playing this, you're like, why am I going so slow? Like we're not in the same vicinity of each other. Like this doesn't make any sense, but it's technically the same room and there's just a lot of things everywhere. That actually wasn't too bad. And also the water physics here and the water mechanics actually aren't that bad. And I say that with my whole heart because I am not usually one for water or ice physics. They're generally pretty bad in retro game.
Oh.
But also that was actually not a bad boss fight either.
Nice.
But yeah. I don't know. Water physics pan out. I'm also glad I didn't die there.
That's good. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, if I recall, like the Mario games and the ice physics in those games, especially like the older, like I'm trying to remember the one where they had like the battling with each other, and you had to get the coins.
Oh yeah. But the problem is they have the best music, so you can't even be mad. You're like, the water mechanics are terrible, but why did they give it the best music in the entire game?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Like the water physics are like you're sitting there and you're just like, huh? And you're like moving your body upside down just to contort with it, just so you can understand water physics. But yeah, the music is so like calm, soothing. You just leave it on in the background to go get food or something and come back to it. But yeah, like like the Mario 64 water, so good. Or even like Mario 3 is really good.
Yeah, and like I feel like they did a lot with the console and like the capabilities that they had. Like the music that comes from the Mario handheld games is still very good, and they only had like a Game Boy Color to work with, you know what I mean? Like they didn't have that many notes to work with, and they still made it fire. Like I can't even wrap my head around some of like the older games OSTs because they still rock, and it's just like we're basically working with something that is not as smart as my calculator, you know, you know what I mean? Like my calculator in my
well, even like
they used to have watch rings in the early 2000s. I'm dating myself here, but there was like a ring that was like a watch that like it's gonna be the new watch calculator or whatever, but it was like a watch ring and it was so nerdy. But they're like, it has more power than the Nintendo. Just like you're like, all right, well the Nintendo came out like 15 years ago, so
yeah. Do I remember that? Because I don't want to date myself too much, but
but we're around the same age, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just remember I had one, and I thought it was weird when I had it. You know what I mean? And I was just like, well, I have it because I think it was like a present or something.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, well, like the calculator watches in the 80s, and then you had the calculator watch rings in the early 2000s. Everyone thought.
Yeah, but little did they know.
Little did they know.
Little did they know. Yeah, because so like I know I don't think I have one, but at the same time, I think I'm aware of them because like even the calculator games, like I remember if you were like those were kind of like what you played during class because
yes, oh my god,
you know what I mean? Like math is, I mean, okay, math is good and all, but the thing is, like after a while, when you like to play video games, there are games.
I have my undergrad degrees in analytical mathematics, so like I can't even if I do it, like I can't even fault anyone else for doing it. Like I went to school for math and I still played video games.
Yeah. Well, and plus you wouldn't get caught, right? Like the teacher made
or the teachers don't really care.
Yeah, the
teachers are like, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
Stay in school, everybody, if you want to. If not, that's up to you. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a lot of those like really quirky things, and also does nobody realize that we're back to the calculator watch again with the Apple Watches? Mm-hmm. Like we just reverted back to like all our old nerd selves from like 30 years ago, but everyone's like, oh, look how cool it is.
Yeah, like even though it's
like,
been around
the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. What's funny too is I still don't have a watch to this day. Even though I probably could get one, I don't know. With my phone, I have so much on my phone.
Yeah, I don't think it's entirely necessary. Like, I enjoy hiking and like I do a lot of fitness stuff, so it made sense for like other purposes.
Fitness, you know, side of things, it's good to track. I do like the health and how it connects to all the apps. That is true. That's like the only thing that I would probably want it for is for like health and fitness, to see like what the heart rate is and stuff like that, and that's really cool.
Mainly it just tells me how much cheese I could eat after a workout. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what? My watch said I'd burn this many calories. I'm gonna eat 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually cool. I didn't know that.
So it just like, it sort of guesstimates the calorie count or like the amount of calories you expend. It's obviously not perfect because it's like you're not hooked up to all the machines to count every single solitary thing. But
yeah,
it gives you an estimate and it makes me feel good because like Kirby, I will eat anything. Like I love food. I love food so much that like I will go out of my way to be like, you know what? I'm gonna walk my dog an extra mile.
Oh yeah, so you can have like a little smack roll. Like I'm like that too. I like so like last
but
night.
saying that I'm also not saying that's mandatory. Like you can eat whatever you want, gamers.
Yeah,
you're gonna eat whatever you want. But personally, I like to reward myself.
Yes.
With food.
Well, it's nice to be like able to be like, oh, okay, I worked this hard to be able to eat like a lemon bar, for example. Like I'm a sucker for cookies and like any baking goods, I have to admit. So like I agree, like I will go, me personally, not everybody, but me personally, I would go that extra mile just so that I could just eat the lemon bar. Yeah, that's a good point.
Or I'll be like, hey, there's like a giant bag of gummy bears in my house. I'm just gonna eat all of them right now and do nothing. And that's totally fine too. Honestly, live your life. Live your life however you want.
Yep.
There's two sides of people. You could be like a super active Kirby or just the Kirby that wants to hang out and eat gummy bears, which honestly I'm both. So like
totally agree.
Let's be real.
That's true. Yeah, so that's been something that I mean, I'm trying to get back into fitness and health, but because of health reasons, basically. But yeah, like I know that for me, like I definitely am, how do I put it? I definitely do like my desserts, whether I work out or not.
Look, I mean, you have one life. If you enjoy having something, if you want. Fair. And if not, that's also fine. And also, I didn't realize I was like head-butted by a parasol, but that's fine. But yeah, no. I don't know. It's all about balance, gamers.
Yes. I'm a Libra, and that's as much as I'm going to say on that. But I'm all about like balance and scales and
oh boy, well,
things like that.
I'm a Scorpio, so I'm just freaking out there, being my own self, and I'm mysterious sometimes, but also very straightforward. That's why we're giving you the talk that you can do whatever you want, because I'm a Scorpio. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yep. That is totally fair. I totally agree too. I know.
Okay.
So when it comes to the speedrun of the game, I know we were just having fun.
Speedrunning. Back to speedrunning. Anyways, this is the Ruin Air Show. But so like with this boss, I found out fairly early on, if you try to just float up, you'll just die because it'll just run into you over and over. But if you jump on the clouds intermittently, it won't attack you as much. Also, are we close-ish to 40 minutes?
Yes, we will be pretty soon. I would say just, we will be in about 5 minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah, just give me like a minute heads up.
Okay.
We could probably just like stop between something. We do wellness breaks, gamers gotta stand up. I would also like to stand up because I've been sitting all day.
That is totally good. Stretch out your legs, get some water. I like wellness breaks too.
Get a snack for me. Get a snack for me because I want a snack. I will wait till after the show.
Yeah.
This boss is pretty straightforward. You just sort of jump over it. Make sure you don't get hit by the lightning. Luckily, if you hit the boss and the boss goes and has like little iframes, you don't deal any damage. But yeah.
I always wondered about speedrunning Kirby games and how easy they, like, I know the community is wonderful, but also, like, are they easy to get into, or, like, does it depend on the category, different things like that?
I would definitely say it depends on the category. This particular category is easy to get into because it's just like don't inherit the ability, and that's it. All you have to do is beat the game without doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
I know 80% is a little bit more difficult because you have to time inhaling enemies to get a certain ability. Particularly, I think they mainly tornado a whole lot. So basically, if you inhale 2 enemies at once, you can it sort of goes like through like this shuffling process of different abilities, and you could pick the tornado, so it's sort of like a game of chance. But I'm pretty sure if you listen to the shuffle, you can time it correctly so you can get the tornado. But I am very impatient and also don't want to do that, so I don't play any percent. I would definitely say Kirby's Dream Land is a lot of fun. It's the Kirby game on the Kirby. It is a lot of fun, and it is very easy routing, and just the game overall is sort of just like a nice game. It is difficult for some people if they aren't used to retro games, but it is a very starter friendly game. So if you are looking for a Kirby game, definitely recommend Kirby's Dream Land and also Kirby's Adventure. But in terms of the any percent category, that game is a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, when there is a good point, we are around that minute mark. So just let me know when it's a good time to take a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this level, and then we can take a little break.
Perfect. Yes, I definitely stretching out the legs sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Because so a little secret, I do have like a little what do you call it underneath my my desk? I have a what is it called? Like a footstool? Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things are great. Yeah, I don't have one. Usually my dog is here.
Oh.
And like Amos just likes being under my desk, so if I have one, he'll add.
Oh. Yeah, it's so my kiddos, like Yoshi more particular, my cat. He will,
Yoshi
like,
the cat.
Yeah.
It's just like you have a giant Yoshi in your house.
I do.
I mean, yes. Anyway, sorry.
No worries. Oh, I mean, my cat is giant, so that's, to be fair, he's like, okay, so as a house cat, he's as big as a Maine Coon. Let's just give a reference for that.
Wow.
And that's just an indoor house cat, so he's very happy and nice and, big.
That's awesome.
But yeah, but he's well fed and happy and lays around all day. So basically my cat Yoshi will like always like if my feet are like, if they're not on the footstool, Yoshi will go on it, and that's like his way of spending time with me. Because cats are interesting like that. The way they spend time with you is distance. So, yeah. So I think this is the same thing.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good stopping point if we want to.
Okay, perfect.
Stop a little break.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute stretch break. Let's go to we're gonna go get some water, stretch out your legs, everything that's good for you for your wellness. So we will be bringing you some more Kirby's Adventure, the any percent no abilities run with Air Angel. Everybody definitely follow the runner. I'm gonna post a link again. I already dropped it earlier, but I'm just gonna drop it again. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Why, hello, everybody. Welcome back to No Category Left Behind. I'm the temporary host, Cutie Roo SR. I also go by Roo. Normally, Nukes is on the show and is the host, but tonight it's me, just for tonight. Nukes will return. And so we are going to be bringing more Kirby's Adventure. So before we do, though, just wanted to kind of say a few things. I know there's a lot of events coming up, just to kind of keep your eyes out. The SGDQ 2022 is coming up and is at the end of June. So beware for Summer Games Done Quick. So you could always go to the website for more information on the event. Just a reminder, registration is capped. And if you did register, well, you got to upload your vaccine card today. So get that in. For anyone who's interested, For the Frame Fatales, I know that the submissions closed yesterday, but anyone who's interested in the upcoming event for Frame Fatales, it's going to be the Flame Fatales, and that will be in late August. For anyone who's interested in the info, you can type the command FF in chat. And just another little thing, for GameStop Quick Highlights, it is a channel that features the highlights of our GDQ Hotfix shows. So use the command highlights to learn more about the highlights. Anywho, let's take it away, Angel. I'm super looking forward to more Kirby. I love my Kirby any percent no abilities. This is a really neat category, and it's really cool to see like no abilities being used. So whenever you're ready, you can count us down, and we will get going.
Yeah, thanks. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Kirby's through the door. Yeah, so welcome back. This is Kirby's Adventure. I'm playing on Famicom. Super kawaii, super cute aesthetic. So welcome to the Kirby franchise, everybody. So no abilities is literally Kirby not using any pickup abilities whatsoever. The only ability we will end up using towards the end is sort of mandatory, and that's Meta Knight's Sword. But we'll get to that towards the end. But yeah, no abilities is very interesting in that it is the through and through get through the game as fast as you can without any other power-ups or anything like that, which is a really fun challenge run for some people, but this is actually how I play Kirby games usually because I'm really bad at Kirby games using the abilities. So I will say in the Forgotten Land, I did end up using a lot of the abilities in there. They're a lot easier for me to play with, but I feel like that category, there is a no abilities category for Kirby in the Forgotten Land. It's actually really interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Because like there are a lot of bosses that you sort of have to maneuver your way with the ability itself. So if you don't, I'm just gonna die real quick because I didn't fall fast enough. But anyway, so like there's a lot of I guess I'm not gonna spoil it too hard because the game just came. But there are a lot of bosses that sort of require a certain ability. I wouldn't say require, but it's like a lot easier with a certain ability. So doing it without them is really fun to watch. But so this is like sort of the original Kirby in itself, because Kirby's Dream Land didn't have abilities. You had pickups that lasted, I think it was like 15 to 20 seconds or something like that. You had like a spicy curry fireball. I think in the American version, or the, I guess, like, American version, they turned it into, like, a mint leaf, but I'm pretty sure it was a sweet potato that you, like, blow wind with. So there are a couple, like, pickup, but nothing permanent, until this game came out. Yeah, so 41 levels and 7, we're trying to piece together the star rod that destroyed by King Dedede. I always tend to add a million Ds to it, so I just sort of lean into it.
I agree.
That's like a character flaw of mine. That sometimes you don't remember how many Ds that are there. So you just add more, and you're just like, well, it's not entirely wrong, but at least you know that you weren't entirely right. So
I think it's cute. I think it's adorable.
Yeah, that's the way to go, gamers. Just add into it, and then like, yeah, you know you're wrong, but you also don't know like which one was actually right to start. So we're gonna go through the secret waterfall door if I don't get hit. All right, cool. And the secret waterfall door will give us a tomato because everyone knows tomatoes give you life. Support your local farmer's market, I guess. Go get tomatoes, you know, like who?
I love that.
I don't know, like this whole game is centered around food, and like people sometimes forget about that because it's like a cute like fantasy world, but there's food everywhere. Like, it's literally called Yogurt Yard, and we just came from like Ice Cream Island, you know? So it's like,
Oh, I forgot about the names of the actual worlds.
yeah, they're just always food based unless it's like a rainbow base, which again, great, rainbow and food. Hello, it's me. Like, I love them both.
Yeah, because
so like,
I know there's like, you know, you could get cake, you could get, but I can't remember like what food is where with which Kirby game, if that made sense.
yeah,
Or if it's the same.
And there's like sort of like the infinite candy or whatever it's called, where you could pick up and you're just sort of like a star from Mario, like you're untouchable. So there is
Oh yeah,
a
the
skip
lollipop,
there.
huh?
Yeah, it's sort of. Sorry, I didn't want to get swiped by this cat. It's
Fair.
sort of like the impenetrable. So there is a skip for this section that I didn't attempt because I haven't gotten it in over a year. But so basically, you can clip. There is like a very small window that you can clip between the ceiling and the wall on the outside of this, and you'd skip this entire fight. So you probably save like 30 to 40 seconds. It's a big skip if you're going for like a big PB or world record. For the sake of me not getting, if you get stuck, you have to restart the level. You could get stuck in between frames, so high risk, sort of medium reward. Like it's still a lot of time saved, but for this,
Yeah.
risk it for the. I haven't said that in forever, so here we go.
Yes, risk it for the biscuit. I mean, biscuit sounds good.
I mean, biscuits are always good. Like,
Yeah. Oh, especially, I know I'm a little weird on the jam side of things, but I like my either apricot or tangerine jam. I used to like the
That's
jelly
good.
grape, but I don't know, I kind of outgrew that one.
I am very much in the fusion side of things. Like, I love spicy jam. Like,
Ooh.
like a habanero strawberry or like a serrano raspberry is so good.
That
But
is-
I'm also just a spicy person.
Ooh.
I grew up in New Orleans, y'all. Like, everything I eat has some kind of hot sauce in it. Like, take that for what you will.
Yeah. Ooh. See, I'm interesting when it comes to certain spices. There's certain spices I can handle, and then there's others that I just cannot. And I can't figure out why to this very day. But there's some that I can handle though. Especially like oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. This boss is a bully, so
Oh
you
gosh.
can talk.
Because especially like I like what do you call it? So when it comes to like Thai or Vietnamese food, I love the spice there. But like if I were to do Indian, my stomach just has a different message and doesn't.
Yeah,
handle it
there's
well.
different levels of spice with different like cultures of food.
Yeah.
Like I could probably handle like Mexican, South American spice very, very well because like I grew up on that. And like obviously Cajun spice, eerily similar. But so, yeah, some of the Eastern spices are like so heavy hitting and they have like a different balance. Like they're all amazing. But yes, they're they're so different.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I think I'll just eat it because I'll eat it because I love food. Like, I don't think I stop eating something because I think it's spicy, but like a lot of people like won't power through that, and I definitely will. Like I'm a perseverance person in spice. I'll be like sweating over a bowl of pho because I got the spiciest one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I love every second of this. Like crying.
That's me and wasabi. I'll put way too much. And then I'm like regretting that I put way too much, but a part of me secretly likes it. I don't know. It's such a weird, it clears my nose. I can't help it.
Okay, good wasabi, like, I don't know. I will eat too much wasabi. And I say that because there is a point where it just like takes over your entire palate. but I will eat so much if like really good fresh wasabi.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
agree.
and it's the same with the ginger that you get with sushi. Like, especially if it's like really good ginger, I will eat all of it, and I will maybe ask if I can pay more to get more. Like, I will be like, give me all of the ginger you have in this institution, because I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. Because
Okay, so I got hit by a fireball, and I
no. That's good. That's good. It must be really hard. Like, a part of me is watching this speedrun. I really want like the abilities, but I know you're not using the abilities. So it's interesting to watch the speedrun for this, because a part of me is like, how are you not tempted to just use the abilities? But at the same time, that's the whole point of the speedrun.
Yeah, and there's some sections coming up that makes it more difficult. Not have.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's like one of those things. I'm so used to it because that's how I play, and also, I probably wouldn't know what to do, even if I had the quote-unquote right ability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I almost fell in the water. That was something. But like, it's just like, yeah, like, okay, well, now I have this. What do I do with my hand?
Interesting. I didn't even think of it like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a very strange Kirby player. I think the most I've ever used an ability ever was actually in the Forgotten Land. Because even all the other Kirby games, I tend to try to play without the ability. Just because I will run into things and I will die.
Yeah.
I'm just a tank gamer.
Yep.
And it's just easier for me to avoid things when I know I have to avoid them.
See, I'm horrible at tanking. Like, let's say if I were to play World of Warcraft, right? Or if I were to play League of Legends, or it doesn't matter if it's a MOBA or MMO, I guess is my point. A tank? I don't know. I can't be a tank for some reason.
I don't know if I could be like a support character. In terms of like those kind of games, I could be maybe like one of the healers or something. But like, I guess I could be a tank if I want. I just mean like a tank in a sort of sense where I don't take into consideration my own health and safety within a game and just like walk through stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure the first time I played the original Borderlands trilogy, I shot stuff, but not really. And I was like, why am I dying so much? And it's just like, well, you're on an alien planet where things are actively trying to harm you. You should probably fight back. Like, sure. I don't know. I just like stuff for the story and like getting through phases. But yeah, so heck. Very passive person. Not a passive person.
What's funny, because I'm the like opposite in a way. I'm not necessarily passive, but how do I put it? When I'm playing video games, I get super aggressive. So if I'm doing the stealth games, I'm like sitting there wanting to kill rather than sitting there being stealthy. So I'm just sitting there.
I am garbage at stealthy.
Oh, same.
I am absolute garbage. Don't ask me to do anything stealthy at all.
Same. Because, like, I'm trying to think of the perfect, like, Mark of the Ninja. I'm sitting there killing everybody. I'm playing this new game called Origami 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm killing everybody in there. Like, it's very violent.
I was playing, I think it was Red Dead 2, where some parts you have to, like, sneak up on people and stuff like that. And I'm just like, howdy, y'all. Can I take your horse? Yeah. I know you don't want me to take your horse, but hello.
Yeah.
And, like, of course, the game is like, no, this is a stealth mission. And I'm just like, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I'm with... So, like... And I know, like, Cyberpunk got got a bad rep, but I did play that game, and when I did play it, there's this part where you're in the mall and you're trying to, like, be stealthy, right? You have to be stealthy. Otherwise, you're going to ambush, like, 50 characters on top of a mini-boss. So you're just sitting there and I'm going through this mall and I'm killing everybody in it and I'm taking my time to do it rather than taking my time to actually learn how to be stealthy. I'd rather just kill them.
Go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like walking through the mall.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't played that game in particular, but any game that requires like a hard requirement, like you will fail this unless you're stealthy. Like at that point, I might either ask somebody else to beat the level for me, or I'm not gonna play it. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna just ditch the game entirely, but that's the point where I'm just like, I guess I'm gonna take a break from this for a little bit because I can't seem to get past this level because it mandates me to be stealthy when that is against my entire being.
Yes. Yes. Oh yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's so funny to think about.
Yeah, like I'd rather just not be stealthy. Like I just let me shoot whatever, or let me just knock out people. I don't care.
Well, at least you're doing something like productive in the game. I will literally just walk around and just be like, "Oh, how are you?" And then they're just like, "Well, we're gonna take you out because you're the opposing party in this situation." And like, no, I'm like, hey. Again, it's like the Red Dead 2, just like, howdy, y'all.
I'm gonna just take this horse. Yeah. I didn't realize.
Your horse.
I didn't realize.
I'm just gonna take your horse. Thanks, fam.
Oh, I kind of want to see this now. It's just like boot up. Maybe not now,
excuse us, everyone. We're gonna interrupt this Kirby special to show y'all how passive Air Angel is in video games while she takes your horse. Like this is the most passive aggressive thing ever. Howdy, so I'm just gonna take your property and me.
We're saving the horse. We're making sure the horse doesn't die in the shootout brawl. That's gonna happen.
I will always save the animals. No matter what situation, I will always save the animals. I'm coming after you, Super Metroid fans. I have physically never played Super Metroid, but I have watched it a million times, and every time I will save the animals because they're animals. Mm-hmm. I love them.
I love them
have
too.
To save them.
That's why I feel so okay. You know those Kaizo, like you always get rid of the Yoshi. It always breaks my heart when the Yoshi's just being dropped down. And I'm just like, oh, poor Yoshi. Save the Yoshis.
Yoshi's gone. That makes me sad.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I get why.
Probably why I'm bad at those games too.
Yeah,
because I never want to get rid of it, and they're like, oh, haha, or like sections that make you get rid of stuff. You know, like you can't ride the horsey, the Yoshi, the horsey Yoshi, ride the horsey. Sorry, I'm making fun of myself at this point. But it's like you have to get rid of an ability or like a companion of sorts, and you're just like, why? Why do you give me something and then take it away?
Exactly. Yeah, because like
it's like handing somebody a puppy and they're like, this puppy is yours, and you're like, oh, awesome, I love dogs, and then they're like, no, now you can't have it anymore. What?
Yeah. And the worst part is it's like it's designed so that you have to let it go, right? Like you're just sitting there going like, this is not fair. Like you have to get rid of the Yoshi. I'm totally with you on that. I have to save Yoshis.
Making me do stuff traditionally doesn't work.
I see. You got this.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes they could be.
Ooh, nice dodge. Yep. I'm watching this bomb fight. It's
Yeah. I don't know. This next room. Oh.
Okay.
Featuring
nice.
the lag candy. So it is faster to not use this candy, but for all intents and purposes, we're gonna use it because your girl is almost dead.
Yeah, you don't want to die. I'm watching the candy.
And the candy doesn't last very long, so this is gonna be a spicy fight. We don't know what's gonna happen here. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay, I'm gonna watch this. Oh, you're fighting against me. Okay. Oh, it's just
oh my gosh, I got exploded. We're fine. It's okay. Sorry, every time I get hit by a Triton, I always like burst out laughing because it is just so funny.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not laugh at that?
Yeah.
But also, what a bully.
Exactly.
While we're fighting, gosh, like Viking. I think some of these have to be Vikings, right? Like,
I think so. I mean, I see like tridents, or is those pitchforks? I think they're tridents.
I don't. They're tridents.
I think they're tridents.
They're bully tridents.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, for anyone new coming in, this is a no abilities run. We are making sure to not use any abilities. It's the any percent no abilities category that has, we're just not going to leave it behind. We want to showcase it on this show called No Category Left Behind. So just to give context, having no abilities is really hard, okay? It's really hard to play this. But
You say that, and this is the only time I'm using abilities in the game.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
No, this is technically not an ability. We acquired the Meta Knight sword.
Yes.
I just thought it was really funny because like you brought it up the only time I actually used something.
It's an oxymoron right now.
It's still not an ability. It is a required item we had to use.
Yes, because yes, exactly. Because you do have to get it from the fight. But to just give context for any new coming in, there's no abilities being used. Yeah.
Like right now. Oh, that's hilarious.
I think I'm broken on the inside. It's a good kind of thing.
That's all right. You're telling me. I play Kirby games. I play Kirby games without the intended use of the abilities. You say you're broken.
But I think this is a part of the rules too. As I saw it being mentioned earlier in chat for anyone, I was just watching it. But yeah, so just to give context to the YouTubers, this is allowed.
This is allowed.
This is allowed. Yes. So as we're going on, so this is level 7, right? Like I forgot the names of every world.
7 world rainbow level.
Aww.
So we have to go through like this entire world, and then there's like a mini world that has the last boss fights. So in this world we fight King D. And then everyone's like, "Oh, we're done," and got a vampire fight, which we'll talk about in a bit.
I'm super curious about the vampire. I'm still kind of like, I don't remember any of this. I know I played it as a kid, but I don't remember any of it. It's been so long. So this is like all fresh for me.
Yeah. So I just went through a secret door. So we went through a real fake door. For anyone that likes that joke. But real fake doors. But yeah, I probably should have reset after before try to do this. Dying. So this is sort of like the round robin, play all of the enemies that you previously kind of thing. Wow, that was. This one boss is a bully. They're all bullies, really. Like a lot faster than all of the other ones. Like to the point where like is that real? Like is it actually this fast, or is there a glitch? Like why is this 10 times faster than literally all of the other bosses? I'm just gonna here.
These
Luckily we just
so when it comes to these are like the gauntlet bosses, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they use the same mechanics as like when you, and they'll like release the same sub enemy ammo. It's basically, yeah, I don't know. It's like sort of the mainstay of 90s games where like you beat the boss and you gotta beat They'll always come back. They're just like, oh, we already drew out that sprite, so we're just gonna... I totally understand, but it's like the Mega Man. Get it. Fight all the bosses again. That was too. Okay. I will go right next to my. Hi everybody. One of my toxic traits is not speaking right directly.
I know that feeling of being like, I'm like up on my mic right now too.
I tend to.
Yeah. Sometimes I like talk on it on accident. Like I'm not trying to like eat my mic, but it feels like it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just sitting there being like, whoops. But yeah, I do the same thing. And then like when I'm not listening, like if I'm listening to music or something and I'm not like using my mic, I put my mic away. I'm just like, it's over there. I want to listen to music. Because beat it in my face.
I tend, instead of like flailing my arms, I'll just like direct my head in different directions, which doesn't make any sense. But it'll just how I talk while I'm using.
Yes, because I actually, so for like the beginning I was using this, I wasn't used to my arm. And so I would like hit my arm and I'm like, oh, like now I don't do that. But that was in the beginning where I was just like, I had to adjust because I was just like, you know, you're just moving your hands and yeah, you hit your arm on accident.
Talking is hard. Let alone talking and doing literally anything else.
Honestly, I have a hard time talking and speedrunning. Like, it took me a long time. It's a skill. It literally is a skill where, because like, I just want to focus on the run and just like be quiet. And like the introvert part of me is like thinking in my head. But then like, if I'm like showing the game, I'm like sitting here going, wait, you got to know what's going on, you know? And so I've gotten used to it. Yeah, exactly. Because like, it is a skill though.
It is. It definitely is. And it's like an ever evolving skill, right? Like, I feel like I've been speedrunning since fall of 2018, so it's kind of weird to say because I still feel like I'm a baby. I'm still a baby gamer. I don't know what I'm doing. But I don't know. People just need to realize like you can't be perfect at everything. First start out with anything, whether gaming and streaming and talking to people. So like, give yourself a break. Like, if you're acting silly while you run because you don't know what to say, like we are doing right now, because that's literally half of my commentary for anything that I do. If you enjoy doing it, like, who cares?
Yeah.
And then we have amazing people like Covert Muffin that just can spit out the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
He has the Wikipedia page for literally any game that they run, which is amazing. Obviously, shout out to the person. But there's a couple types of speedrunners. You could be the encyclopedia of the game, or Air Angel that just like talks about health and wellness and Kirby. Like,
yeah. Well, and I hope like, you know, it's kind of like bringing up discussion points too, where, you know, you normally won't hear that in speedrun. Normally, like in speedruns, you'll hear the commentary talk about the game and what they're doing in each room and what's happening and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't necessarily know everything about Kirby Adventure, but I know with all Kirby games, it's very like at certain points you are focusing, but at the same time, it's nice to just be chill and have fun while doing it, because you know, there's some games like Cuphead, for example. Oh,
goodness.
I don't know how that game is just so intense. But I know that like other games like, what do you call it? Songbird Symphony, or, you know, some games you can do that though, where you can just like relax and chill and the game allows you, or the speedrun even allows you to do that. I know with Cuphead though, it's impossible.
Yeah, and then there's still people out there that can, you know, tell their entire life story while playing Cuphead.
Yes.
Just like different strokes for different folks that just have like that brain capacity.
Yes.
I am actually one of those people that end a PB on stream when I'm just talking to my friends, hanging out, and not paying attention to the game, oddly enough. I know that's a really weird thing to say, but that has happened on more often occasions. So it's fine that I got a hit there. But I don't know. There's something great about being distracted while halfway focused. So this room probably.
Mm-hmm.
So this room, stars that go up and down. So that depicts the gravity level.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to do this quickly. Yeah. So there's actually directionals that you can use. I'm gonna take this little. Got a couple. So yeah, the stars that are going up. Obviously friendly, but I got hit by the enemy above. Okay, hear me now.
In the meantime, I'll kind of give some context with what's going on.
Okay, I turned off my noise gate. Let me know if that's too much. Because, yeah, I can mess with any kind of settings whatsoever. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Again, welcome to me not talking directly into my mic. But anyways, so the gravity room is pretty intense, and there's a lot happening. I'm gonna wait till the electric thing goes under there.
Yeah, I could see how this is because it looks like every time you get hit, you're getting knocked back, and then when you get knocked back, you fall into the ground, and the gravity's just helping you fall to the ground, depending on where the gravity's at. But yeah, it's
and you fall into a pit.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, pits. Sorry, not ground, but pit. Yes, like I can see why fine. This is a how do you put it? It's a room.
It's tumultuous.
Yeah, and that's the only room, okay. Right? It's not other.
No, that's the only gravity room. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna reset after this so we could get full lives.
Totally understandable.
But yeah, anyone that is just coming in, if you reset after you completed the level and it goes black, you can reset it and you get all of your lives back. And it takes like 2 seconds to reset. So this level is sort of the throwback to Kirby Dream Land. Everyone that's played Kirby's Dream Land will definitely see this. That's something fun about the Kirby games is that they usually do a throwback like this more often than not. Off the top of my head, I think almost every single one of them does, or at least plays this theme music, which is always fun. But I used to play Dreamland, I guess a little bit more recently than this game. But it's just kind of fun to go back and like play this after playing Dreamland so much. Because you're just like, oh, yeah, I totally forgot that they put this in here. I played this game. And it's kind of cool because it's like, obviously Kirby's the only colored sprite in this entire thing, other than the effects. If you fall, you get like the stars, or if you explode or get hit, you get those effects on you as well. But yeah, it's just kind of cool to see the black and white.
Yeah, I agree. The black and white throwback is actually really nice to see in this. The version that you're playing on, for anyone new coming in, we did have a question. Is this on the emulator? Just to kind of, no, it's not. Air Angel is playing it on a Famicom.
Yep, so I'm using a Famicom cart, and there's a couple ways that you could play it. You could play it on something called AVS, which is both Famicom and NES. or you could play an NES with a cart adapter, which is actually really easy to get. And then a really popular converter for like the composite to HDMI is the Retro Tank. I think I have the second or third version of the Retro Tank that makes it super crisp. But if anyone's looking at the I forgot to reset. If anyone wants to look at the art, I did post a picture of the cart on my Twitter. Famicom carts are just so kawaii, so I tend to play on those. Most of the time, Japanese versions are usually faster, but I usually just get the Japanese carts because they're cute. I was faced the wrong way. So this is King DDD. He has a couple of different attacks. He's not entirely difficult to play in. But in terms of like the RNG and the pickups, can be a little difficult. So basically, he like smashes the hammer down with the stars, or he'll do like the big jump attack with the 2 stars. You kind of want to stay as close as you can to the boss, which kind of doesn't sound right. But that way, you could get the star as soon as you can, and also if he drops the 2 stars when he does the big jump, you could grab both of them. I have missed a couple stars so far, but not too many. But you have to be pretty close to when he does like the big jump to get both the stars. Again, it's not entirely difficult, but it's like one of those things if you don't like being next to an enemy, it could give you a little anxiety. Or you could just run into him like that and get the star anyways.
I don't know why, but watching DD fights or fights are always so much fun for me. Just because, I don't know,
Oh, we almost got it.
It's goofy.
I was laughing too hard at it. That's alright. We'll try again. You
also
just
to provide. Yeah, exactly. Can't. More Kirby, please. Because I also posted the Famicom, the cartridge picture, by the way. I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
Because it is cute.
It is cute. It's so much cuter than, like, all the other releases.
Agreed. I mean,
like, why didn't y'all just get on the same page? You know what I mean? Like, you know this is cute.
Yeah.
Just keep it. Just keep it kawaii, everybody.
Exactly. I do have to say, like, I don't know why they're not all like this. They're so cute. I do agree with that.
I don't know. Like, I can't think one franchise that I think I like the cart better as like the NES version versus the Famicom version that I would prefer. Of course, DDD is being a bully and not giving me stars.
Come on, DDD. I'm saying DDD.
Yeah, like I did that. I'm a bad influence on correct character names.
I mean, my favorite part is in the screen you see enemy. You don't even see the name.
Oh, sure.
You just see enemy. Like for me, I'm just.
I mean, you're not wrong. You know, like you're not wrong, but like the effort is. I don't know. I guess that is a universal thing, though. You don't have to keep changing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a good hit. Okay, so we defeated D. So Nightmare wants to spread dark nightmares. Go figure. And influences throughout the galaxy and uses his cunning wit to accomplish it. So now we're gonna fight this orb. Don't ask questions, chat. I don't know why we're fighting the orb, but the orb is a version of Nightmare. Nightmare has corrupted the Fountain of Dreams and is a vampire-ish thing.
This makes sense.
Sure. So I basically need to try to preserve as much health as I can here, but knowing me, I probably won't, but that's fine. We're gonna try to do this on the first try because that's speedrunning. That's what we try to do, right? But so a lot of this is just evading the stars and the attacks as much as possible. There really isn't that much, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of speed tech here other than getting it closer to it, probably. And just spamming your star rod as much as possible. We're almost there. Don't run into the orb, everybody. Don't do that either.
I'm just watching intently. I'm like on
What is happening?
Wait, why is the orb?
Did we not kill the orb fast enough? I have never had that happen in my life. Okay?
Oh, wow.
I want everyone to know I have never had that happen in my life. That's never happened before. Also, I feel like I've taken longer to defeat the orb. If anyone in chat knows what just happened, please enlighten me because I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
That was so... I don't even know what to say. Like, I think I just like broke my own psyche right now. Like, genuinely have no idea what that was.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a kid, I took longer to defeat this boss than I am right now. You know what I mean? So like,
This is interesting.
I don't know. We might have to try this again. Yeah. We'll get through this together, chat. Oh no! No!
So I really want to do that. This never happened before, and then like we do have a show.
So I do want to pause here because I know we are overestimate now. But if we do want to go to the next run, I totally respect the time. So I want to make sure.
Well, because you're at the very end, right?
We have to do a couple boss fights again, so I think it would be like another 5 or 10 minutes, but I do want to respect everyone's time, so if we don't finish, it's really not that big of a deal. I can tell you what happens in the end. If that works. But yeah, I just want to double check with the crew and see if that's okay.
I'm momentarily looking into this.
Yeah, y'all could go in the text chat or anything like that. Just let me know.
Yeah. So in the meantime, do you want to explain to like the ending of things?
Sure. So Nightmare wants to spread dark nightmares. Go figure. And influences throughout the galaxy. He corrupts the Fountain of Dreams. And also corrupts King Dedede because everyone was really confused as to why Dedede did this, because they're like, Dedede, what's going on? Like, you're usually like the chill, well, after Kirby's Dream Land, because apparently Dedede and Kirby become friends at some point? I don't know. There's like a whole lore chain that is there. And then King Dedede, apparently, tries to stop Nightmare from breaking the Star Rod. So King Dedede actually broke the Star Rod to save people and save like everybody in it. And we thought King Dedede was doing it to be a jerk.
So I got the green light for us to continue if you like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I will do my best to do that. But yeah, sometimes with speedrunning, today's not your day. Like the other day, I got like a 112, which is actually really good. But other days, it just doesn't happen. So
yeah. Well, and I think I honestly have been like having a ton of fun personally. So either way, the speed run as well as me personally, I really enjoyed my time with you, and so it's been really cool to just kind of see you speed run this as well as like, because the no abilities part is really hard in my opinion. Just because like you're not dealing with the abilities, and so like I know if you were to do the abilities and it's any percent, like the time would be way different than compared to like this category. So I definitely am impressed that you can even do this without any abilities personally, because I know it's harder.
yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a different category, right? Again, no category left behind. We're not leaving behind any categories that are weird or funky fresh.
Exactly.
But
in my mind, I'm like, this is so cute.
Sort of like it's also sort of like a challenge run kind of a thing, you know? So like if people have been playing the game for 20, 30 years, it's like a fun, different way to play the game. And it's a fun little challenge. But like also check out all your miscellaneous categories for all the other games out there, y'all. There's some weird categories out there that you may not have thought of trying before that you will super love in the end. So spread awareness for miscellaneous categories. Go figure.
Exactly. I think honestly it's really cool to just even know that there's a lot. Like when it comes to this one, there's so any percent no abilities is what we're watching. There's 3D classic any percent, 3D classic 100%, 100% unrestricted, and 100% perfect. So it's definitely fun to see what other categories there are. I am going to post this in chat for anyone curious about the Kirby speedrunning community, as well as seeing the other categories there are. But I think it's really cool to even just, like, if you don't speedrun those categories, it's just good to know, because then you kind of learn about things from that category that could help in other categories. Like, a perfect example in my head is Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition. If you learn all the categories, it will help you throughout the like speed runs, no matter what category it is, or even the randomizer. Just getting the tricks down in the randomizer and everything like that. So definitely encourage, the more knowledge you have, the better.
Yeah, totally. And like, yeah, anyone that gets into randomizers probably knows any percent and 100% categories are both very useful, especially for glitch things and like getting through dungeons when you're not supposed to, or yeah, just general game knowledge. So I usually tend to play the miscellaneous categories in almost every game that I play, but that's just more of a character trait more than anything. So if I don't mess this up, time is actually coming up fairly soon. This boss isn't super difficult. It can be a little tricky because you can only hit the vampire thing under the cape, which is weird.
That cape is OP.
It's something, I'll tell you that. And that's time. All right. Well,
nice.
So the orb and DDD were our biggest challenges today, which I can't even be mad at. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching this silly category, and thank you to Games Done Quick as always for everything.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to find you, where would they be able to locate you?
Yeah, I'm on twitch.tv/AirAngel and AirAngelTV on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, with that, I will leave y'all to the rest of the night with Kirby. There's gonna be more Kirby coming up, so thanks for having me. And it's been fun hanging out, Rue. I hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Oh, thank you. And definitely thank you for showcasing this really, really cool category. I've never seen it, so it's been honestly a blast to hang out with you. And there's definitely more Kirby coming up. Stay tuned for that. The Kirby that we're going to be watching is going to be the... oh, I know, my Kirby games. There's a lot of Kirby games. Sorry, please forgive me. It's the... With Rocks, the Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, all items and all switches category. So this is the no category left behind, and stay tuned and we'll bring you more. And Air Angel, thank you again. I had a blast.
Yeah, I'll see y'all around in chat. Y'all have a good one.
Hello, everybody. I am Cutieroo SR. I am the temporary host for No Category Left Behind. Nukes is normally the host, but right now I'm just filling in for the night. We are going to be bringing you more Kirby. We are having Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, and it's going to be ran by Rocks. And we are going to be doing the no category left behind. So that means we're going to do the all items and all switches. This is going to be a lot of fun. We kind of saw the no abilities. Now we're going to see all items and all switches, and like a little remix of the previous game. So I'm very, very like, this is gonna be fun. So in the meantime, Rox, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. I'm Rox. I run Kirby. Yeah, as Kitty kind of explained, this is kind of a remake of Kirby's Adventure. Well, it's not kind of, it is a remake. Released in 2002 on the Game Boy Advance. So you're going to see very similar, level layouts, stuff like that. But obviously, graphical difference. And we're going to be using abilities this time, unlike the no abilities run that we just saw from Air Angel. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, whenever you are ready, let's take it away. Just give us a countdown and we will get going.
All right. So it'll be in 3, 2, 1, go.
Awesome.
So first off, what I did, I soft reset the game right before I started, and that actually manipulates the RNG. So these Waddle Dees do that, but I messed it up. So this is just the backup. And what I just did is initiate a mix. So when you take two enemies that give abilities, so I took the two Waddle Dees that give the beam power up, that starts a mix roulette. And the mix is always the same order, no matter what. But like the order's the same, it's just differs on what ability like you suck in first of the two. And because it's beam, I know exactly how long it is until wheel, and it's a 4-frame window to hit wheel. So I'm glad I got it first try. Because usually that's where most runs, go to die. You miss it, you reset. In this category, it doesn't save too much. I think it's only like 8 seconds or so, as opposed to other ones where it's more like 10, 12, optimally. Right here, real quick, grabbing two enemies while dropping wheel, and then doing it to instantly kill the Poppy Bro. Because double stars, as we call them, because, it's a double star, do double the damage. Or sometimes even more than that. And so this category is all items plus switches. And you're gonna see a lot of rooms that you might never see. Like, this room exists in this little tiny cave. No one knew about that. And there's gonna be some really crazy stuff coming up that, like, most people have never known before. Like, we had to, like, go into the level editor and see where some items were, because they were so incredibly hidden.
Oh, really?
But that'll be a little later on. And I'll point them out when we get there.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
But the beginning of the run is very similar to your normal N% and 100% run. The difference between N% and 100% are the switches. Which all items and switches, not just all items, because we can get the switches too. So it's like big 100%. Right here, we're switching up for wheel for burning. Burning, also very good for movement horizontally. However, it's a lot better for damaging bosses, and it's gonna be very useful coming to the boss fight coming up. But right now, I'm just grabbing all the items I see. They're pretty right in the way, except for that one weird one-up in the cave, which I didn't even know was a room until I started running this category. Yeah, Frosty here, just hold right, time your burns against the wall. And then here, I have to do a little bit of a tricky movement because this room is a little random with all the Brontoverts and the rubber ducks and the Caboos. Get that Pepru. This is the tree. We call it that because it's a tree. And yeah. But the difference between 90% and 100% in this game, like I said, are the switches. And the difference between 100% and all items is that you get all the items. So we have to go all of our way to get all these crazily placed, things. And this category actually spawned. It was created because in the original Kirby game, Kirby's Dream Land for the original Game Boy, there's not really 100% of that game. You have the normal mode and you have the extra mode. So what people decided to do was create an all items category, which is to get all the items like in this run. Also, that's Wispy. That's the boss fight. You just slam into his face a bunch of times. Not very hard. Just hold right, hit the B button. So yeah, Kirby's Dream Land, it's sort of semi 100%. It's like a miscellaneous category. But we decided to do something similar in this game with all items. And we just kind of made it like a super true hundo run, rather than a, actual hundo run. It's like a bigger hundo run. That's where this category comes from, just getting all the items.
So
The hardest part about running this category is remembering that you have to grab the items when you grab them, because the hundo muscle memory is very strong. Especially later on, where it's like just a slight variation to the hundo route. And I'll get more into that later as it gets more prevalent. But the first two worlds are completely the same in any percent and 100%. So the only difference between 100% or all items and any percent are just the items that are, that I just have to get out of the way to get. And I have in my splits, you can't see it, but I have in my splits like the list of all the items to grab so I don't forget any. So hopefully I don't forget any. But right here, doing another double star, dropping the burning ability with the fire ability, and getting wheel back. And getting the 3 items in this level right here. 1 pepperoo. We're gonna fly up. We get another pepperoo on the way. And then off to the side here, another 1-up. Pretty hidden. I forget about that one all the time. I have my chat be like, hey, you forgot that 1-up. And I'm like, oh, of course I did. And then reset on a... It happens way too much.
I mean, there are... Oh, go ahead.
I don't think so. I can... Yeah. Oh, I do. That's my bad. Okay. That should be better. Okay. Sorry about that. But right here, biggest variation from the route so far is that, because usually we just keep wheel through this level, we're grabbing sword now. And that's because wheel can't hit this block up here. I killed them both? Oh, no.
So...
All right, there we go. That's better.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong one.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Game sound should be back, and only 1 this time. Anyway, as I was saying, we have to grab sword rather than wheel, because in the normal any percent route, we grab wheel. I really just did that. And keep it through this arena, doing the strat I attempted to do with sword. However, I messed it up brutally. And here we are. But that's not too bad. We don't need sword anymore. It's not crucial. We just need that for that last room. So, yeah, 2-3. Oh, I forgot about the goal games. At the end of each level, there's a goal game, which are these cloud minigame trampoline thingies. And, you have a few frames to get the lowest possible thing. You want a 7, you don't want a 1, because obviously that wastes a lot of time, because you have to fly all the way to the top, get an extended jingle, because, you did such a good job. And, yeah, that's not the most fun thing in the world. But we're trying to go fast, so that's not what we want. So we purposely lose it, which is, we have to, like, hit it as soon as we touch the trampoline, which is, we have a couple frames to do so. And yeah, those goal games they can be really annoying, because there's one at the end of every level. So if you mess up your timing just barely, and you can end up ledge grabbing like the 6 and losing, I think it's 3 seconds if you ledge grab. It's not the most fun thing in the world. If you actually run Meta Nightmare, that's, they get rid of those. So a lot of people prefer Meta Nightmare because of that.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
For the sole reason of no goal games, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah.
However, we're running Kirby today, because Midnight can't actually get some items. There's some items that are like stuck behind walls that you need Kirby to... I got a 5. Wow, that was really bad. There's some items that only Kirby can get without an ability completely, that you have to like suck up through a wall using, the thing is known for. Sucking things up. So items are part of that, not only enemies. And yeah. So this level is the first one where things might go south. in terms of me forgetting some stuff, because at the very end, there's this enemy. It's a Poppy Bro. Usually they run apples, but sometimes they run maximum tomatoes, and that maximum tomato is considered an item that we need to get. So it is crucial I don't kill the Poppy Bro. If I kill the Poppy Bro, then I also kill the tomato, and I have to reset the room, and that loses a lot of time because the ability I have there. Oops, I need those. Because the ability I have there, it's crucial for World 3.
Yeah.
I need to get in here. So hopefully I do that track correctly, because it's slightly precise and it's coming up here. So we have to have high jump, because World 3's gimmick is that it's almost entirely vertical. I almost just did it as soon as I was talking about not to do it. But you have to drop your ability, stuck in the Poppy Bro, and then grab the maximum tomato and grab it back. And I almost just autopiloted straight into just high jumping into it and having to reset that room. And if you do that, you lose high jump, and going back and getting high jump takes forever because you have to redo the entire level. And as you'll see soon, high jump is very good, not only for this boss, but for the entirety of World 3. And right here, what I'm doing is high jump cancels. Basically, you just cancel high jump, which also has a hitbox. So like the little blast radius also does damage to Paint Roller there. Get right in his face, and poof, gone. Next up, better building. This is World 3. And you'll see why high jump's very good, very quickly. First off here, we have TikTok, the clock. Very good name for a clock. Good job, game developers, naming that.
TikTok. I love the names.
It's a very good name. I forgot. I was trying to just damage boost through that because I didn't want to lose high jump. And I forgot the burning does damage. Right here, this is the first switch. This is where the Hundo and 90% run start to differ with these switches. So, like I said earlier, the 90% 100% run through, through any percent, or through World 2. Did I spit it out? Are you kidding me?
No.
That's fine. That's fine. It's at the end of the world. I can get high jump coming up soon.
Okay.
I must have accidentally hit up there. That's funny. But 90% 100%, same exact thing until 3-1, where you get the first switch. Right there's another one of those Poppy Road tomato riders. You have to be careful not to just puff through and kill. But you can see why high jump would be very useful here, because you can,
Yeah, you can jump across.
Highly. Yeah. And this room as well. Just gotta. Nope, I missed it. I went for a mix there that I've never done in my entire life, because I was like, I can mix here. And I was thinking maybe I could do something, but no. I got cutter instead. Down there's a room. It contains wheelie. It's completely pointless. There is no item in there. Don't go in that room. You will lose time. Right here, I have to be careful not to... Oh, no. I have to be careful not to do that. Because now I have to reset the room, do this, grab you. I'm actually going to grab Freeze, because going into Bugsy without an ability is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Bugsy actually, if you're familiar with Kirby Superstar Ultra, I learned this the other day. Bugsy has a weakness to fire moves. So having Freeze here is not exactly the most useful thing in the world. I need you to go this way. Okay. As you can see, I'm not very practiced in Freeze on this fight. Usually we have high jump. That's getting thrown down here. That's called getting driven down to Butter Building. That's an old meme from way back. I just have to die and have to do the fight again. Great. This is going fantastically.
I mean,
I saw. It's fine. It's fine. This happens to most runs. Most runs go to 3 to die. Exactly. It's fine.
Yeah. You were just improvising. It's backup strats.
Exactly. And down throw it again. You don't want to get down thrown because he does that animation and it takes forever. I saw a question in chat if I have to get all the Arena M tomatoes. No, you do not. That is not considered part of it because you can go back to them and recollect them. They're just all the items inside the levels themselves. Right here, I'm doing another mix. For wheel, got it. That's 5th in the roulette. That one saves like a half second because we drop it instantly to get high jump to the next level.
I mean, I'm really impressed that we're getting all the items. Like it's everything. Like this puts 100% on a whole new level. All the items and all the switches. It's just yeah, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, and it's just a lot to remember. So
yeah,
and especially when you have the hundo muscle memory where you just skip right over something and you're just like, oh my god, why did I do that?
Yeah, and there's so many items that you know what I mean. They're so well hidden too.
Exactly. It's usually the well hidden ones are actually the easiest to remember because you're like, why is this hidden so well? Also, I messed up the route here. I have to go down here, and I need you to not be in my way. Thank you. Grab the tomato. There we go. All right, that's 3-3. That went interestingly, to say the least.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Thanks. Another fun little thing about this category is that you get to see my 1-up counter or my life counter go way up because you get so many items, including the 1-ups. So we're gonna end this run with like 50 lives, which I think is just incredibly funny.
Yeah, that is really funny. That's like being like supersonic and getting all the rings and then
exactly.
Yeah.
Right here, this is the first arena, or no, this is the second arena. I was talking about 2-3, where these little Meta Knight dudes. Okay, that's fine actually. Where those Meta Knight dudes come out, and usually there's a setup that I do to do it quickly. I mess it up. I swear I practiced. But it's not too bad because usually I take damage in that last room anyway with all the enemies because you have to swerve back and forth to get all the items. And that's actually perfectly fine because there is an incredibly conveniently placed museum right here that just has, nice slide, that just has high jump just on display. Just there chilling for us to collect. So, shout out to the game devs for knowing that.
Aww.
Right here, having to drop high jump just to grab that pet brew. Going right over to the crash bummer.
Is really high. Like that, I can see why it was really good in that one section.
It would have been very useful. Too bad I didn't have it. Right here, you need to remember to actually get hammer. And yes, even going so far out of the way into the museum to get high jump is faster than doing that level without it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Even though we drop it immediately after, like 20 seconds later to grab hammer there, because we need hammer to kill that peg, to like to hammer the peg. Because only hammer and stone can break pegs. And hammer's like a semi-rare ability. You can only get it from bonkers.
Oh, that's right. It's not as easy to get. I forgot about that.
Or of course mixing for it. This is the first. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is the first level that we actually have to do twice because there's like a route difference where like there's 2 paths, but you can only get one run through the level, and you just have to go through it again to get the other item. So we're gonna be seeing all this movement twice, but the second time is gonna be a lot faster and a lot more fun because we're gonna have high jump instead of just normal hammer movement. Yep, second switch. And we're heading into the first dark room, which is called that because it is a room and it is dark. See?
It's dark.
It's dark.
Surprise!
You're supposed to use these little halo dudes. They give the light ability, and they light up the room, and so you can see blocks. I just know where the blocks are because I played this game a little too much. But right here, there's an item on. You can't get that tomato right now. Well, you can, but you wouldn't be able to get that 1-up if you didn't. So what we have to do is go back and get that item again.
Got it.
Go right back into the level just to get this one item at the very end of the level. However, the movement with high jump is a lot more fun than with hammer. And you can see like high jump's true potential come out here as a fast ability.
Yeah, I like high jump a lot.
High jump is definitely up there for one of my favorite abilities in this game. I need to wait another cycle because I lost high jump. I need you to hit the ground so you can high jump this way. Thank you. Back in the dark room. It's called that because it's dark, as I said before. I feel like it's important to point out again. But
I like how it's like kind of dark. You can still see the enemies.
yeah, you can still see all of the enemies,
Yeah.
and if your TV's bright enough, you can see like the blocks anyway.
Yeah.
So we just exited out of the level. We don't need to actually beat it again. We just have to get the item and leave. This is the Sun and Moon, Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. I forget which one's which. I'm assuming it's Mr. Shine's the sun, Mr. Bright's the moon, because the sun shines. And I guess the moon's bright. Except they both could be Mr. Bright. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's completely random which one goes first. I always guess moon first because it's more fun. I'm part of the moon crew. But I guess wrong. It was sun first. And big loss for today's Kirby speedrunning economy. Having it be sun first. Rather unfortunate.
Oh, okay. I
This is
know,
one of the
isn't that RNG?
It's completely random. Yeah.
Okay.
So most people like to guess moon. We like to say moon crew or sun gang. I think it should be named the Sun Squad for the alliteration, but
Oh, I love that. Sun Squad.
yeah. If right here I'm doing another mix. A little difficult setup, but I got it. I got bad RNG.
Nice.
Usually you don't want the tornado to tornado-wise go into the tornado motion because then you have to wait for it to go all the way there and all the way back. And it's just takes time. But I got the wheel mix, and that's really good to get because wheel saves a decent amount of time on this upcoming level. I would even mention this, but wheel easily the best horizontal moving ability in this game. It's not as good as in like Amazing Mirror or in Squeak Squad, where you can actually jump with wheel. You can't jump with wheel in this game. But, and usually when you get out of wheel, there's like a ton of end lag. However, at the end of every wheel, I'm like double tapping the run button as I cancel it. And we call those wheel cancels. And you get out of wheel completely lagless, and it saves a lot of time throughout the run. It's one of those minor optimizations where they're really important to know. Right here, I got bad RNG. Actually, no, I didn't. Oh, I messed up. I was one late. I got good RNG, actually. Not the best RNG. Decent RNG. That's a rare pattern. Usually, you want the Poppy Bros to both jump instantly, but I got a weird one. I had to improvise. But what I went for there is a wheel mix. I don't know why. That was just any percent muscle memory movement, because you have to grab fire right here anyway. So that was just a giant time loss. Just, not giant, but it was a time loss just going for the mix. But it would have been cool. So we have to grab fire to light the fuse, because fire and burning are the only two abilities that can light, and UFO actually, and laser. Actually, there's a decent amount that can light the fuse. This room, you have to use Kirby for. You can't get that as Meta Knight because it's through the wall. And Kirby's breath goes through the wall, which is very impressive if you ask me. Don't go in that door, because you need to go into this door. There's a switch here. Don't miss the switch. And yeah, this is the gimmick in this level is the wind. It doesn't really affect you too much because you're going with it almost the entirety of the time. But I would like this. I don't know, it's no noticeable thing. I also think it's the only level with wind.
Yeah, like it's the only one that has like some kind of gravity, right?
Yeah, or like some sort of like force, pushing you like that, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah. I always find it interesting when there's like levels like these because, you're just going in one direction. You can't like go against it.
Exactly, yeah. Right here, I'm doing another mix. That was way too early. That was like 3 early. 3 abilities early. We got burning, which is not the worst thing to get because it's still sort of fast, but that's not the end of the world. Because we got wheel in the next room anyway. It just wheel saves a decent amount of time in this room, and we don't have to go out of our way to actually grab it right here. And we need wheel here because 1, it's fast, and 2, we have to beat this bomb block down to grab a 1-up. And I don't even know if it's possible to do it powerless. I haven't really tried. But yeah, we make it in there. We're gonna grab Spark here because I kind of didn't really touch it earlier, but Spark is easily the best ability. for killing mini bosses because it's just a continuous strain of large damage. And please, okay. And you can actually like kind of move, so you can keep a lot of momentum, like jumping and sparking. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I love Spark.
So I was gonna ask, like, out of all, because it sounds like there's a few abilities that are like up there. What are your top 5 abilities?
Top 5 abilities. One's probably high jump. 2 is probably ball, which we'll see later on, for reasons we'll get to. I do like wheel. Wheel gets a lot of hate, but I think it has some cool tech in this game. Spark. I did not want to lose it there. Bye, Spark. And... Burning, maybe? Burning, or sword, or... Throw, because it's funny. I don't know. There's a lot of good abilities in this game. Also, I completely messed up this track with that accidental puff, which is unfortunate, but there is a backup. That's not the backup. Please stand on this and jump into that guy. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We got this.
But, yeah. Right here, this last room, not this room, the room after this, things get a little tricky routing-wise, because there's kind of abilities all over the place. So right here, I grab this one up, then I go all the way up. The door is right to the right of me. Then I ignore that pepper for now. Go over here, grab this one up, go all the way back, burn twice, burn too far, grab this pepper, don't lose burning, and fall into the door. That's fine, I love burning. I have to grab sword in the next room anyway.
If I had to be quiz on this, please don't quiz me.
I'll try not to, but this will be on the exam later on in the semester, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's fine. It's not that hard. Most people pass the quiz.
Okay.
Right here, tricky little pepper you have to get, and then you have to get a sword here. The sword almost jumped into the water. That was rude. The sword almost jumped into the water, and if any like non-fish enemies touch water, they die. I don't really understand that logic. I don't know how they live, but I'm not going to question the logic. This is the second dark room, and there's actually a very hidden switch there. That's one you might have missed casually, because it's just, if you don't, you have to grab light from later on in the room, from right here, go and then use it and go back to see that item, or see that doorway. I obviously know where it is because, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, that's easy to miss casually, like, for sure. I agree with that.
Oh, yeah. It is very tricky. Nice little block puzzle there. Not the most difficult puzzle. Just don't hit the things in the wrong order. And then we got our good friend High Jump back, and High Jump is going to be crucial in the next area because we got Krakow, who's the next boss, the boss of World 4. And he's the only boss with like a little area before the actual fight. So what so we just have to do this weird climb thing, of which no other fight has this like little pre-area. It's just Krakow. And right here I'm doing high jump cancels right into him and taking him out very quickly and missing the rod. Please grab the star rod. Please grab the star rod. I'm trying to turn back so I can keep my momentum. I'm trying to turn back to keep my momentum because you want Kirby to be in the middle of the screen because that starts the dance animation more quickly. Yeah.
So yeah, we want to grab the star rod right then and there. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of interesting tech that like super small that it's really easy to gloss over. Right here, grabbing stone. And moving over here, grab this pepper. Don't get hit by the cannon. And then moving back here. Oh, where's the door? There it is. Getting to this hidden door for the switch. That's a pretty difficult. That's an easy switch to miss casually, I'd say too. You have to know to fall all the way past that door and hit the right blocks. So they're definitely getting a little trickier with where they're hiding the switches. is cool to see.
I was going to say, for anyone new coming in, just to kind of give some context of what we're speedrunning, we are doing no category left behind. For this, we're doing Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, but we're getting all the items and all the switches.
Yep. And that's just about everything that Kirby Mode has to offer in this game. So it's kind of showcasing all of the rooms that you'd probably never see in any other speedrun or casual playthrough. And yeah, it's really cool. Right here, this is the first instance of Ball. And Ball, easily best damage output in the game. And also can do really cool stuff like that. And you can make up a ton of momentum just by slamming yourself against a small platform and then zooming up very high speed and high distance. Right here, we have to go back to the store because there's a 1-up. That's an easy one to miss, as you can probably imagine. Right here, this is Tonkers, Task Bonkers. Got it, that was good. And then finally, last item, this level. Oh, I need a... Please don't go in the door. Right down here. Yeah. But Ball, as long as you're holding A in midair, you're not necessarily invincible. Well, you are invincible, but you do a ton of damage. But as soon as you hit the ground and at the peak of your jump, that is when you're vulnerable. So you have to like space out your attacks very well, and we'll get into that later. There's a level that Ball specializes in.
It's so cool to see the Ball, to be honest with you. The Ball is really, that's a really cool ability.
It's definitely one of the harder ones to use for sure, in terms of, I guess like when you're like first learning the game, learning how to use Ball is one of the most difficult things. But once you get used to it, it's easily the most satisfying ability to use. Right here.
Looks a lot of fun too.
Right here. Go in here. Don't, fall off. Hopefully I don't fall this time. Thank you. Tomato. We got stone. It's unfortunate that we can't keep wheel. But we have stone. And then we have this room. And I honestly have no idea what ability this room is supposed to be meant for. I think it's supposed to be Parasol, but even with Parasol, it is really hard to do that without getting hit. The optimal strat for any percent or 100% is to use wheel and just like turn back and forth to zigzag. And which is incredibly difficult, but incredibly cool to pull off. But yeah, that room is difficult. Right here, this is the second level that we have to do twice, because there's split paths that we can't do in one trip. So we're gonna see all this movement twice. This is the next arena. I already messed it up because I mistimed it, but that's fine. The backup isn't too bad. Go up there, boom, boom. We're gonna grab Ball again here, and Ball's actually faster than Kirby running when you do something like this. Just go in Ball, and you can just keep bouncing, and that's faster than Kirby's normal movement. This is called Ball Swag because it's really cool, and you have Ball. Right there, that's called Rocks Ball because I invented that strat where you go into the little hole and shoot up. So yay me. It actually has a much longer name, and there's a giant copy pasta linked with it.
Okay.
But I do not remember all of it, but just know that it takes almost all of the character limit in a Discord message.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's very long. Right here, and Ball falls just as fast as Stone. They're tied for the 2 fastest falling abilities in the game. So it's really good for us to use Ball there just to fall right down. But like I said, we have to go back into this door, and do the level again because that little secret waterfall that I went into is secret, and you're not supposed to know about it. So don't tell anyone that I showed you.
Okay, the secret between us.
Yeah, it's just a secret between all of us.
Yeah.
Every single person on the internet who can watch this video on YouTube. Which, by the way, subscribe to the GDQ YouTube.
Yes. Exactly.
Perfect plug.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're doing the arena again. This one went a lot worse somehow than the first one. But right here, we're doing extended Ball Swag because we go farther than, the first one. So it's extended. However, this is movement literally only done in this category because we're going into the room that, because every time we just go into that waterfall in every category because it's so much faster. Because you have to go all your way around, go into this little waterfall thingy that's really slow, go into this swimming thingy, but there's like a current, and you've got the pep brew. Oh, and I can quit out the level now. I forgot about that. Anyway, 5-5. This level is where things get. This level's easily the most insane when it comes to all the items.
Please be quiet.
Okay, good night. I'll do my best.
Say
was my
what?
father?
No, I'm just kidding.
That was my father. Come in the room,
Yes,
tell me he's going to bed at 9:15 p.m.
Oh, okay. Well, we're doing
So-
really great.
move,
You know, yeah,
But,
we're
okay.
going
As I
through
was
this
saying-
game very fast. Yep.
Incredibly fast. We're in World 5. We're making progress. We're almost halfway. We're over halfway done. But
Yeah.
this level is the one we had to go through that we were going through it with because we found a level like a Chinese level letter like randomly on the internet that we were like super intrigued by. So we're going through it and we're like, why is there a second one up in this room? Because you actually have to go back through this door, fight Fire Lion again. If I can actually do it. Grab Burning. And there's a one up here.
Oh,
I don't think anyone in the world has found that casually.
nope. I
don't
would
think
never found that.
I think I remember I was like literally in the middle of one of these runs while we were like it was because right when the category was first made that we like found the level editor so we could actually see if we got all the items. And we saw that and I was in the middle of a run and then I was in a call with a bunch of friends who were like looking at it and we were trying to figure out why is that there. So I went back through the room to see like if there was anything there and there's just a one up there that nobody knew about. So yeah, right there I just did an auto mix or insta mix, not an auto mix, for hammer. It's incredibly important I have hammer here because it is the only ability that can hit metal blocks underwater. And that's coming up. So it's incredibly important that I mix for hammer there. And because, if you remember earlier where I mixed hammer doing one of the wheel mixes that I was going for, that's because wheel is right after wheel, or hammer is right after wheel in the roulette. So I can just take two wheel enemies, hold down the A button, and instantly get hammer from that because that's just where it is in the roulette. So it's incredibly convenient, which is really nice. And hammer is so necessary for getting that swan. Why did I say swan? Item. I'm tired.
It's okay. I mean, I can see why. Maybe
It's been a day.
question mark.
It's been a day.
Yeah,
It's been a day.
yeah. Birds.
That's for sure.
It's fine. Yeah.
But hammer is also easily the best ability for this fight. Heavy mull. And just, yeah, super quick work out of it. And we're heading on to World 6. And World 6 is the only world in the game where there's a switch in every level. So, don't go in that room. That door right there, do not go in that door. It's a trap. It has a fan in it, which is the elephant we saw in 4-4. And it's just a trap. Don't go in that door. Which I think is really funny because there's no reason for it to be there. Also, okay, there we go. Second try. Every time I see someone casually playing this game, like on Twitch, I'm like, ooh, I wonder what they're up to. I go and they're always in that room. Like, oh man, they fell for it because there's no point for a fan to be there.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is, I think, is really funny.
I probably would do it myself casually too, to be honest.
Yeah, because like there's a door. Oh my god, I've never seen that fireball go that far. Oh no, this is interesting. That hot almost sniped me from downtown.
Yeah, that fireball.
But
Never
I
seen
lost
before.
my-
Just had to
yeah,
say that.
was
Yeah, I
crazy.
just had to do that. I just had to do that.
Anyway, we're in 6-2 now. I lose a wheel on purpose because I grabbed stone here, because stones will be important in just a moment. We're gonna have to break a peg, because like I said earlier, it's one of the few abilities that can break pegs. And in this room, there just happens to be one. And, yeah. So, grab the switch here. And we're gonna switch to high jump for like a room and a half, for like a half room. And then, don't go into the Sparky. I always forget that that room exists. But we're gonna have high jump here. And then immediately drop it. Because right here I'm gonna try to mix wheel. And I got Mike, that's fine. Mike's right before wheel into roulette. I can just respawn the burning guy. And just grab him. And that doesn't lose that much. Right here, another one of those tomato poppy bro things. So you have to make sure not to spit at him. Otherwise, he will just die. Including taking his tomato with him. Which is very unfortunate, because we need that tomato. And that's 6-2. I think that's the most abilities used in one level. If I'm...
Oh, like just the whole overall. That's interesting.
Yeah. Right here. I think this is the level with the most items. There are 7 items in this level. Including the switch. Oh, I need you. So I'm at that pepper. But that's because... And there's a lot of hidden stuff in this level too. But... Please, please. I'm like an inch away from you. But we have to have hammer because we have to break this block. And right here, grab this pepper, and then as soon as I break this bomb block and go into this hole, hold down because that one up, and then you have like 3 frames to grab that one up without dying. So it's perfectly okay that I died. It doesn't lose that much. You respawn right here, and you have to go in this room anyway to grab laser.
I have about 33 now, 32. Like, I think we're okay on the death.
I think I'm fine on lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about gaming over. And even if you game over, all that happens is that you just have to reset the level. So
yeah.
Yeah, Kirby not known for being the most difficult game series. Right here, we actually do some more backtracking because we have to go in these little windows to get these items. And yeah, that's interesting. You can go in those windows.
Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot about that. Yeah, there are a lot of secrets. A lot of secrets.
I would say we could rename this category to like all secrets, but there's still like some other stuff that doesn't even have anything in it in this game. That would just be like, hey, look at this cool room. Bye. It would just be even more arbitrary than most category extensions.
Yeah, we'll just like have it in there just to be like, this is a trap room, and then just go back out. Yeah. That would be like you will waste like 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, and that'd be a pain to verify.
Yeah, just watch. So true. I
did you go in? Did you go into this random room that means absolutely nothing? No.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Not verified.
Yep.
Not valid run.
So I broke those bomb blocks at the start of the room because there's a puzzle to get some items right here. I'm breaking that. That's gonna be important later, and I have to have beams so I can break that block. Go down here because down here there are 3 1-ups. 1, 2, 3, and then right here jump to make the waddle dude come down. Mixer wheel. That's a cool setup. And then go up here, get this 1-up. And the only way I can get that is for breaking the box I did earlier. Then we have another semi-hidden, I wouldn't even say semi, decently hidden switch. It's just this black box down here. In Kirby's Adventure, there's actually just no instance of anything there. You just have to be there and holding up and just, there's a door. Like, I don't know how anyone, like, was supposed to find that casually, but it's there. So, there's more secrets for you. Luckily, they made it a little more reliant in this game. And letting people see it. Right here, I'm gonna do a strat where if you bonk backwards with wheel, you actually get forward momentum. So I just bonk my head against the little platform and then get a little boost forward. And it looks really cool. And we're just heading into 6-5. And 6-5 is really tricky. Okay, I missed it. Oh, I almost got the backup thing. But you saw Kirby shoot forward there in the water. There's a 1 frame where you can hit B to go into wheel and go flying with wheel out of the water. And it looks really cool. Unfortunately, I missed it.
Yeah, but it's
burning there.
I can see what you're talking about.
I went for burning there. Unfortunately, didn't get it, but there's another chance in this next room to grab burning. And it's not even the end of the world if I don't grab burning. But right here, Waddle Doo, Hothead. I missed it. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. I actually got throw twice in a row. And woo, Fireball. That's fine. Just grab Hothead. Because you only need an ability that can burn stuff. Because we're gonna have to grab this rope. I don't need fire anymore, so I can just lose it. It's not the end of the world that I got hit. Because this rope is actually like really tight. Not really tight, but it's decently tight on timing. If I try to go back and get the ability, I probably would have missed it. So,
it's not worth getting it.
Yeah, not worth. And also, fire isn't the greatest ability for just about anything, except for lighting fuses. So, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you don't have to light as many fuses in this game as compared to like other games. It feels like.
Yeah, for sure. Like in Kirby Superstar, there's a ton.
Yes.
Like Great Cave Offensive, you just have like the entire section, and then like there's that one that like fools you and like shoots you like forward and shoots off as like a rocket.
Yeah. It's like a dummy one. Yeah.
But right there, I grabbed 2 abilities because Double Stars also can break metal blocks. This room sucks. It's the UFO room. These UFOs move completely randomly. So you just gotta hope they don't destroy you. And it's really important to have a UFO here because they're really good for this fight because you can just go to the back, charge a fully charged laser. I need this Poppy Bro to move from the left side. Please move. That was horrible, RNG. Oh my god. I don't even think I did damage.
Oh, it's not moving. Yeah.
I've never seen that pattern before in my life. That's never happened before. There's been a lot of this run.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It's the marathon. Oh, I need you. Okay, I guess I won't be getting you. That's fine. I'll just respawn you. I need you.
Hello?
That was unfortunate.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
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 Hi.
Hi.
Okay. But we need burning here. Please go into the gap. Thank you.
Yeah.
Grab the 1-up. I don't need burning. I don't know why I went for it. Those 1-tile gaps, you have like a pixel to get in. I'm not even exaggerating. It's like a pixel or 2. It's like the size of Kirby's hitbox. Right here, this arena. This one has the ice physics, so it's kind of like, in my opinion, the hardest to do. But it's the one I did perfectly, of course, out of all of them. So yay me. That's the last one in the run, so no more Battle of the Meta Knights. I think that's what they're called. But we do have a fight of the Meta Knight, the one and only. So I will be hopefully not dying. The Meta Knight fight's completely RNG. Not completely, but mostly. And I have 1 health, and there's a 100% chance I die here.
I mean...
Oh, okay, a 99. I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt. No! Oh my gosh. There we go.
Nice.
Easy.
I fell for that too.
Usually when he attacks, like he starts running at you, you're gonna get hit. I somehow canceled that attack. I don't know how I did that. So I'm very lucky that happened. Right here, get this 1-up. And then sword is really useful in this room because you can just like jump and break the blocks without losing too much time. You have to be careful of that hothead because you can breathe fire through walls. But yeah, you can see how sword like. And then we're gonna grab the burning though, because coming up there is another You can see up there the metal blocks. You have to break those with burning.
I was gonna say, by the end of this run, you weren't joking about the 50 lives. I could see.
Oh yeah, you get a lot. So do another instant mix for Ball. Ball's very conveniently right first there in the mix, so we can just grab it and go. And we're into 7-2. And remember when I said earlier that Ball was going to be majorly showcased in a level? This is that level. And you're going to see the true damage output of Ball, because right here we're going to see a bunch of mini bosses that we saw earlier. That's a secret, by the way, going to that little top door. Yeah, that's like a secret thing that makes it a lot faster. But yeah, I killed Bonkers in 3. I didn't jump into Fan Correctly, and that was rolling at me. Fan is a troll. It's a bipedal elephant with no arms.
Yeah.
And he likes to throw you around. So, not the nicest. Bugsy was nice to me, just charged. I was supposed to hit him there, that's fine. Fireline can be scary, especially with 1 health, because he can do one pattern where if he does it, I'm dead.
Oh, no matter what.
And I'm dead. That was the pattern. Where he just runs forward.
Oh.
Yeah. So now we just gotta do it. No abilities. I guess this is gonna be similar to the last run after all. No abilities.
I mean, this is all items and all switches.
Yeah. So.
No abilities required. Just nice to have.
All
the
abilities
stars are pretty good too.
Oh yeah. Well, if you didn't have the stars, you wouldn't be able to kill this boss. So.
Yep.
Glad they exist.
Yes. Now, if you were to take this, isn't it a fire ability or no? Is it just
it's
normal?
burning? Yes.
Okay.
And we do grab burning here, even in 90% and 100%. Also, more just room with 5 lives. Just.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's.
Easy.
Easy. But we usually even grab that because coming up in rooms, like vertical rooms with like platforms, burning's a lot better because you can because the burning stops after a while. And because you can't jump with wheel, you can actually space out burnings, and then you'll see right here. Because the spacing is so perfect for burning that it makes it way more worth it than wheel. This room can be a little annoying because with all the ice physics and all the enemies.
Oh, gotcha.
Got through it okay. That sweeper dude can be frustrating, but it was not nice to me today. Right here, pretty simple stuff. Just going and burning, going into this hole. Right here, this can be tricky to I tried to set this up correctly. I did get a float there, so I don't know if I'm gonna make the cycle, and I don't have invincibility. Okay, we're good, barely. It's really difficult to get all 4 of those items in that one bomb block cycle.
Oh wow, nicely done.
So glad I got that.
Yeah, I can see where things can occur.
Yeah, this is 7-4. This first room is we call it the bad Mario Maker level because it's kind of just enemies everywhere. Throw. Of course I get throw. That's right before UFO, and UFO is not necessary, but it breaks even, or it's like a second faster in this category to grab it. I can grab it right here as a backup. That was not even close. Another chance. Fortunately, with these two, with burning, it's a lot more difficult than with ball. Because it's much later on in the roulette.
Oh.
Oh, that's too early. Unfortunate. That's fine. I can just grab Spark here and go and my merry way. But the reason UFO saves so much time is that because in this room, UFO can shoot lasers through walls. You can hit that bomb block to the right that you see right now through the wall. And I need, please. And that bomb block actually breaks the blocks, covering the door, right above me right now. So You don't have to go all the way over here if you got UFO. Saving a decent chunk of time.
Yeah, I could see why UFO would be good, but honestly, it looks like this is a good backup ability.
Yeah, well, it actually comes out to be just about even or even slightly faster, because the strat without Spark here is to grab one of those crash bombers, which does all but 1 damage to Wheelie, and if Wheelie can decide to just not give you a projectile to throw, and if that happens, it is very sad. And oh, I need you. And you lose a lot of time just from just the randomness of Wheelie not being nice to you.
Yeah.
Right here, this is actually really difficult.
Okay.
Because like you have to hope a firefighter will get in, and you can see I barely made it in. That and another room with 5 1-ups, 53 lives. Oh, I need burning.
Nicely done, but still, I could see the tight window on that.
It's really tight. Grab burning because in the next level, it's going to be crucial to have a movement-based ability. But this next level, it's like the unanimous favorite level in the community.
Okay.
Because great. Because it's kind of like a throwback to a throwback. Because, like I said, this game's a remake of Kirby's Adventure, which we just saw. I need to stop getting hit by literally every enemy in this room. That'd be very nice. This room too. But it's actually a throwback to the first Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. This last level. So like there, I just went through like the Greens area. This is like the Castle Lololo section. So it's a cool little throwback that they added in.
Yeah, I love that they did that.
Usually we have wheel here for most categories, but we have to make do with burning, which is not the end of the world. Burning is a very solid, please, alternative. This one can be a little tricky because these cabus, which are the yellow tiki head looking things, they move randomly too, so they can be frustrating.
Those are called cabus?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kirby's enemies have some crazy names.
Yeah.
Like, the little cat thingies that, if you get close to them, explode. Those are called Scarfies. That's a Parafull D. Of course I get ball. These are Sir Kibbles, the ones throwing the cutters. Trying to think of other ones.
See, I'm so bad with names. I'm just, yeah, like I know like in all games they all have names, but I'm so bad. Like I just always thought like, oh, they're tiki dudes kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I usually name them. I just like,
yeah.
Like I don't know what the ball guy's called. I just call him the ball.
Yeah.
And there's the rubber ducks, and I just give everyone nicknames because it's more fun. This is DDD, and we use ball because, as you can see, it is very good against them. Boom is dead.
Wow, that is just okay. Yeah. I blinked and that was done.
So right into the final stretch. We have successfully, hopefully, collected all the items. There's no way of checking. So hopefully I got them.
I believe you got them.
I believe I got them. I think I did a good job. I think because my brain talking about, like, you know, getting all the items, hopefully it was like, yeah, you should be getting all the items. But there's no more items to be collected. It's just beating the final boss, which is starting off with this final orb phase. I have to say the orb, don't I? I'm on GDQ, don't I? I have to say the orb.
Orb.
I'm contractually obligated at this.
Agreed.
Yep. But heading to the final fight, time ends on the last hit. It's 6 hits with like the star rod.
Okay.
Star rod Kirby has 2 attacks. He's got the projectile, like shooting like a star, and then he's got the melee, actually hitting you physically with the star rod. If Nightmare gets hit physically with the star rod, it does like negative damage. It does like absolutely nothing. So we want to hit it with the projectile to do the full amount of damage, and 6 stars will do the trick. There's one. Right here, I'm going to do a little manip by standing on the left side of the screen. As soon as you come over to the right side, go to the right, make him stop so he doesn't go over to the other side. Right here's going to spawn up, so I'm going to jump right now, and boom, get him. We're doing another manip here. Make him go to the left, stop on the right, take damage, and you can actually damage boost and then miss it, and then but get it back up. Then we gotta wait for him here. If you actually just, stand on the bottom, he'll never be able to hit you.
Oh, interesting.
And then
okay.
2 jumps there, and then oh, I missed it, but time.
Okay, that's time. Awesome.
Good
Nicely
line.
done. Yeah.
Barely underestimate too.
Yeah. I mean,
I was scared. It's like, did I put an hour or hour and 5 estimate? Because I'm semi-rusty. I haven't ran this category in a few months. Or this game, really.
I think an hour, but hey, it's all good.
It worked. It worked. We made it through.
worked. Yeah.
I did my D-Rust today. It worked for late game, not for early game. Maybe I should have practiced early game. But not too bad. Not too bad at all. Could have been better, of course, but I'm not going to complain.
I mean, honestly, It was still really good to watch either way. While we're at it, if anybody had any questions, where to find you, if they had any questions in regarding to the Kirby speedruns, because I know you do more. It's not just this one, but what's the best place to find you? And you can put all your plugins.
Yeah, well, if you're interested in Kirby speedrunning, join the Discord. Just go to literally any speedrun.com Kirby page. Any game links to this Discord. It's all the same Discord. When Forgotten Land came out, people were like, where's the Discord? Literally any Kirby link on speedrun.com will find you the Discord. So if you're interested in learning any Kirby game, not just this one, definitely go there. If you're interested in me, Twitch TV/ROX_Rox_ is my Twitch. One day Twitch will give me the 3-letter name. One day, I believe.
I believe too.
But as of now, it's Rox_. And I play this game. I'm going for records in most of the categories. We're slowly but surely getting there. We have a few, but we're making our way. Right now I'm focusing on Super Mario Galaxy 2 speedrunning, because, taking a little break from Kirby, because it's kind of been my life for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
But I still run other Kirby games, run this a lot, run all the other Kirby games. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being on the show. If there's any shout outs with the community or, just in general, if you had any shout outs, you could do so now. And then,
yeah, shouts to Sniper SR who found the level editor, and that one-up. This run would literally not be possible without them. Shout outs to MK Cocoon. He was the one who first kind of pushed this category and made it an actual category. And yeah, just the entire DGen squad, which is the little Kirby community part that just runs all the GBA DS games. We call it the DGens.
oh,
And yeah, and shouts to the entire Kirby community. You're all awesome. And shouts to Kirby for filling in for Nukes for today. Did a great job.
yeah. And thank you for having me. Thank you for being with me on the show. I know that I was just filling in for Nukes, but Nukes will be on next time. Before we head on out, I just want to remind everyone that today is the last day to get your vaccinations in and submitted on the GDQ website if you are registered and going to the Summer Games Done Quick. Just a reminder for anybody who is doing that, today's your last day. I would go get that done now.
Yeah, that's you have what, 2 hours?
Yeah, basically. I would just do it now.
Yeah,
and then
just do it.
Yeah, and then before we head on out, we are having another show that's going to come on next. It's going to be a community spotlight. We have a few people going to be showing that. I wanted to just let them all know that just stay around and stay tuned for that. But for community spotlight, I have my notes in front of me, but now they've been somewhere, so I'm finding it right now. Just kidding, you're not hearing this. Okay, well, we're going into too long of a thing, so I'm going to stop singing right now, and Community Spotlight will be happening next. I wanted to say the games and everything for Community Spotlight, but I'm having a minute, and so, anywho, we will be transitioning into that. Stay tuned, and thank you again for being on the show, Rox. It was Awesome.
Of
I
course,
love
yeah,
it.
this was a ton of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thank you again, Air Angel, for being on as well. Love you both, and you all did great.